everyone. So the video I decided to talk about is by Donald Kerwin. It's titled How Robust Refugee Protection Policies Can Strengthen Human and National Security. The reason I chose this article to talk about is because it stood out to me as it talks about the challenges or the fear-based narratives that we hear around refugees and national security. It kind of mentioned how instead of seeing refugee protection and national security as conflicting goals, Kerwin actually argues that they support one another. And that was a major takeaway for me because we usually hear otherwise, that national security is problematic for refugees. So, like I've wanted to talk about, refugees are often portrayed as threats. Curran explains that refugees themselves are oftentimes fleeing threats. They're escaping violence, persecution, and instability. So, in that sense, refugee protection is a human security issue. It's about protecting lives, preserving dignity, and also promoting global stability. Another idea that I took away from this article is that refugees can actually enhance a country's economic, diplomatic, and even military strength. The article mentions how many refugees have gone on to become scientists, entrepreneurs, public servants, and even U.S. soldiers. So this kind of takes away from the idea that refugees are a burden on our country, but they are actually contributors. Lastly, another point that really resonated with our social work lens is how refugees are part of a larger humanitarian system. In the article, Curran is able to criticize policies like border externalization, where wealthy countries push responsibility for refugees onto less developed nations. This not only creates dangerous journeys, but also fuels human trafficking and erodes the global commitment to human rights. So, in terms of current events, we can clearly see these themes playing out. Conflicts in places like Gaza, Sudan, and Ukraine have displaced millions, and how the world responds, whether with generosity or restriction, will shape not just the lives of refugees, but also globally. Curran's recommendations also connect directly to our social work practice as he pushes for investing in host communities, improving legal migration pathways, and depolitizing refugee resettlement. As future social workers, we will likely encounter these displaced individuals, so it is critical to understand that their protection isn't just a moral imperative, but it's also to promote safety and stability for all. Thank you for watching.